Welcome to the short video that's meant to be a companion piece to the paper instructions. In fact, we will go through each step by step within the paper instructions and just kind of expand on some of the details that need expanding on. This project is for a rollout into Cost Plus World Market, and this is a chain Avante has been in, but we're transitioning to scan-based trading. And what that means for store level is there's no credits or no receiving that needs to be done with our product. It's all scan based. So the stores should be aware of this and are ready for your visit. You're going to go in and verify all the presentation areas. You're going to make sure everything that we touch is in great shape and by the end of this service call. And you're going to make sure you're touching base with the store manager, keeping them in the loop with not only what's going on during your visit, but just giving them a heads up that they should receive regular visit moving forward. What you'll need for the service call are obviously these paper instructions, which will be packed in the reset box, as well as the planograms will be found in that box. Obviously, you will need the refresh box, otherwise you can't do the project. You're also going to need an ability to take pictures and answer survey questions. And if you run into any problems at store level, first work with your supervisor to find an acceptable solution. But if that can't be done and it's during normal East Coast business hours, you can call Avante customer support at this number here, or you can leave them a message and they will contact you back when they are available. Now let's go through the step-by-steps. First, you're going to sign into the vendor log, and it should look similar to what you see here in these pictures. Most stores have them. Next, you're going to seek out the manager over greeting cards and kind of go over what your mission is for the service visit and ask them for the reset box. We're going to be doing the following. We're going to be resetting the Avante program, and that's the everyday cards, which are in the greeting card panels, as well as the seasonal spinner, which will be moving to a Halloween planogram. You're also going to be touching the spinner racks with Up With Paper and Thoughtful Human. We'll go through those in a moment. And then touch on spinner placement with the manager to make sure that we're putting these spinners where they need them. Hopefully it's in a high traffic location, and more times than not, they will be by the check lanes. Step 3, we're going to go find that reset box. If you do not see this white reset box, you can't continue. The paper instructions, all the Avante and Up With Paper product will be in this box. Thoughtful Human will be in boxes like this. It's not sent by Avante, but sent by Thoughtful Human, and it will come in boxes like this. But if you do not have this white box, you can't continue. Contact your supervisor to either track the box or reschedule the visit. Now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to address the Avante program. And we are transitioning to scan-based trading, which means all the product on the floor, when you walk in, anything that's Avante will need to be destroyed and trashed, basically. So let's go ahead and start with that. Go to the panels, the greeting card panels, use the planogram that's found in the reset box to find all the pockets. Remove everything that is Avante from that, as well as the seasonal spinner, which may be in the back room. Basically, everything should be off, and as you're merchandising things and you come across cards that maybe you missed on the first run through, make sure you pull them aside and put them in a garbage bag. And there are garbage bags put in the refresh box that you can use. So it's very important. We can't reuse these cards. They have to be destroyed. Otherwise, it will throw our counts off. And so make sure everything that is on the sales floor, as well as on the seasonal spinner rack, is pulled off and trashed. And also very important, Thoughtful Human and Up With Paper are not resetting like Avante. Existing product is staying in place. Only the old Avante is being thrown away. Step 5, we're going to reset the seasonal spinner here, and you can see there is a rack right here that gives you a good example of what it should look like. There is a 36 pocket rack in some stores and a 48 pocket. And the 48 pocket looks like this, except there are 2 more rows down here where there's more product. So you're going to find that display. You're going to, obviously, it should be empty. And you're going to go set to the planogram, which is found at the end of these instructions. And it's very important, each pocket has its own divider card. You're going to make crisp folds so that the category divider sits in the pocket as shown, and then the greeting cards and envelopes sit into that pocket. Once you have that all set, you're going to put the header sign on it up here and hopefully move it into the check lane areas or where the manager would like it. It might be best to move the empty rack to its final resting place and then set the product. Next, we're going to go to the Avante inline set. And this is a little trickier in some stores because they have a set called the integrated set. And let me just move to this picture on the next page. Basically, you can see this is a greeting card panels, and there's 7 panels in this store, and it's moving left to right. Some stores it might move right to left. The numbering still follows. Number 1 panel is closest to the traffic. And in this store, this is a non-integrated set in that you can see all the Avante cards right here in the first panel. In integrated sets, they are put in various spots within panels 2 through 7. If it was a 7-panel store. So you'll take the planogram, which you'll see right up here, and you can see there are pockets right here that have cards. Anything that's empty is not Avante. So you'll go to these pockets, and that's where we're going to merchandise. So how do you merchandise a pocket? I'm glad you asked. There's going to be in the shipment these divider cards right here that say birthday that will sit in the bottom of the pocket. There will also be stickers that show the planogram location. So you're going to go to the planogram and say pocket 38, it's BD, it's birthday. So you're going to get a birthday divider, and then you're going to take pocket, and this is for panel 2, pocket 38, and you're going to put that sticker on it, and then you're going to take this, put it in the pocket as shown here, and then you're going to put in that planogram ID card, which is packed in the card bundle, and then you'll put the cards in it with the envelopes to the back and the card to the front, and this is the presentation we're looking for. So if you have any questions on this, please read through these instructions, but it's pretty simple once you figure out how to determine what a pocket needs. So at the end, everything should be set, and all Avante cards should be in their planogram position and look something similar to this right here. Now, you can't see this card, this divider card, in the back pocket, but it should still be there because you'll need it there because it tells you the pocket number, and it'll make it easier to merchandise replenishment orders. So as you move through in your stocking product, let's say you put out all these dividers right here with the right stickers in the right pocket. And then as you're working product, you'll take the planogram ID sticker that's in there, and you can see it says 2042. That means panel 2, pocket 42, which you can see on the tag here. After that's done, you're going to go through up with paper spinner rack, which you will see right down here is a good example. And we're just going to straighten this to the current planogram, which is found at the end of these instructions. You're going to make sure that all the display units, display pieces are set. If you have to readjust them, please do so. Or if it's missing, you can take a for sale stock, unpack it, and put it in as shown. But basically, your rack should look exactly like this and stocked. And there could be replenishment within the Avante box to stock. But each pocket should be made up like this. Here's the regular stock that goes behind. There's a display unit either held in by clips or with these push pins where it sits on top of it. Basically holds the display unit in place. And your merchandising should lead to a rack that looks similar to this. Then we'll move to Thoughtful Human and their spinner program. And much like the others, you're going to use the planogram that's at the end of these instructions. Straighten the cards on that rack to that planogram, and you're going to make sure that each pocket is constructed as follows. But before I move on to that, you'll know the pocket numbers right here because the backing card should have that pocket number on the back of it. So be aware that it runs top to bottom. So 1 is at top, and then it ascends and then starts back at the top of the next column and goes down. You're going to construct each of these pockets as you see right here in this great example of what a good rack looks like. You're going to have the envelopes in the back. Each card should have a bookmark in there, and then the card, obviously. So it's going to look just like you see here. Top header sign in place. If you're missing any of these elements or have anything out of the ordinary that will not allow you to set it like this, please make sure you note that in your survey. At the end, you can see here, this is a great location because you can see the Up With Paper rack right back here. Here's Thoughtful Human, and this is the check lane path. So this is not only a well-merchandised rack, but in the proper location. Now you're almost done. You're going to review all the sets to make sure everything's to plan, clean up any trash along the way, and make sure that's disposed of. You're going to go through the visit survey and make sure you take good photos. And by good photos, I mean with Up With Paper, we need to see all sides of that rack. So you're going to take 4 photos of that Up With Paper rack. You only need to take 2 photos of Thoughtful Human because you take one, stand back enough to get the whole rack, and then you'll spin that rack 180 degrees, take photo 2, so we could see all the pockets possible. For the Avante section, you're going to take 2 pictures of the seasonal spinner, like I just described for Thoughtful Human, and then you're going to take as many as you can to get the presentation on the inline panels. Now, I know you're not going to be able to really center it because you might have fixtures in the way, but make sure you're going left angle, right angle to get good, clear pictures of that presentation. Then seek out the manager that you checked in with on your initial arrival to the store. Go through each of the racks, answer any questions that they have, and point them to the Avante customer support number if they have questions you can't answer. And then sign on at the vendor log, and you're good to go. If you have any questions or issues, please work with your supervisor. Thank you.